Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Thank you so much for being here. You could have been any place else in the world, and yet you chose to spend some time with me, and I appreciate it. Let me see, is this microphone loud enough? Okay, I guess it is. Anyway, there we go. Uh, did she hang up? Did she hang up? Hello, Lavender, Gloria C, Dale Stanley. Truth is truth. Charlie Moon, Chantel Dixon, Verta Sanchez, uh, Jedi. Wait, yeah, Jedi Lady EJ. Hi, Liz Anderson, Cookies and Cream, Black Queen. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. Let's see who else is here. Well, let me see who was here first. I usually do that. Lady Metatrons, thank you so much, and hello to you too. Rafaela Bertoni, thank you so much for being here. Sean, hey Sean, Sean, hey Sean. Let me see. Megan is a Hollywood actress. Yes, she is a Hollywood actress. And nobody knows it better than Angela Levin and why did you ask me to come here? I think you have an agenda. Oh man. So of course I can't play the actual video, but I'll get as close to it as I can. But she got dragged. I mean, she got dragged so bad that it's like there were several syllables. Just dragged. Let me see. I thought this is a short one. I'm on the road. Oh, well, I mean, it probably will be. I mean, I don't have a lot to say, so we'll see how it goes. But no, I figure less than an hour. Connie Bomber! Hey, Connie Bomber. Marshar. B. Martim. Okay, let's get on with it, okay? We don't want to stay on more than an hour, I suspect. But do we? Probably not. Okay, let me see here. I'll do that, and that, and that. Yes, and that. Okay. So, by the way, you guys, happy Earth Day. If you don't do anything else, please make sure that you consider how you treat this world we live in. After all, one of Prince Harry's big projects, one of the things that he has founded, even while he was over there in Narnia, was Travelers. And Travelers is all about the impact that we have created because of our carbon footprint, right? And so for that reason, hold on, I think this is a what is this? Telemarketer. Hello, this is Blanche Hudson. They weren't buying it. You know, I was about to tell them to go to hell, right? Do you remember that from All About Eve? Hello, this is Blanche Hudson. Yes. Oh, okay. Hello, this is Blanche Hudson. Anyway, Joan Commonwealther, Joyce Anderson, Novi D, Sheila Dewey. Okay. Anyway, happy Earth Day. I'm not going to get on my soapbox about the travelers, but please read up on it. It is a very important thing that Prince Harry has founded. And it is going to do a lot, not only for the environment as we know it, and but also for the communities which the travel industry serves, those destinations, right? So again, it is Earth Day. Go out and plant a tree, grow your own food, do something sustainable, please. Something, please, please. The fate of mankind depends, or womankind, depends upon each and every one of you. What kind of world do you want? Huh? What kind of world do you want? Do you want fresh air and blue skies? Well, today is a day to reflect upon it. It is Earth Day. Uh, you heard the them they? It depends on which Twitter account that them they are using, right? Anyway, let's get on with it. So check it out. Have you guys ever seen the Golden Girls? There is a retirement community which is known as Shady Pines. See there? Shady Pines Retirement Home, senior living at its finest, Miami, Florida. Hi, Church Nelly. You're probably in good company where that's concerned. I'm sure there's a lot of people holding out for Nacho Day. Um, but yeah, so there's a retirement community known as Shady Pines, and it seems as though someone has escaped the home. Yes, there has been a pensioner that is unaccounted for. Some delusional pensioner, that's right, a pensioner wandered away from the home, Shady Pines. So if you all have seen her, now she is prone to fits of rage. She is also prone to massive salivation. So what I'm saying is, she gets a little excited and her mouth gets kind of juicy, and there's all type of you know uh, s- uh, drool. She drools a lot. You'll probably catch a few drops of saliva if you stand too close to her. But yeah, it appears as though someone has wandered away again, and they have found they have found themselves on Talk TV. I don't know how that happens. It's the darndest thing. VS Speaks Royally, good morning to you. Thank you so much for being here. Uh, I know, I know. I hope this doesn't ruin breakfast for you or lunch or even brunch. Let me see. But okay. But yeah, so it seems as though someone has wandered away from the home again and has found themselves in a spot of bother. But that's okay. The guys with the white coats and the big giant net are going to probably roll out to retrieve this delusional individual. Anyway, don't forget, this person is an agent of disinformation. I love when she's feeling kind of sassy. You know, when she's feeling sassy, she'll go and put on the clean wig, and she gets out that real bright red lipstick as though she's, I don't know. I hope she's not trying to attract a prince like Prince Harry. I have to wonder sometimes. I honestly do have to wonder if she hasn't been trying to bag herself a prince, as in Prince Harry, because these fits of jealousy that she has, these bouts of jealousy, are without explanation. So, like I said, sometimes I do have to wonder exactly what her angle is. I mean, does she feel like Megan has interrupted something? You know what I mean? I mean, the thought of it makes my skin crawl, but you never know what people are thinking. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, anybody can look at her; they can tell she's not wrapped too tight. You know what I mean? She's not wrapped too tight. She's about a tree short of a hammock. She's a warped puck on the hockey game of life. She has splinters in the windmills of her mind. Someone has blown that pilot light out a long time ago. This one here, I promise you. Okay. Okay, let's cut to the chase. So she was on Talk TV, and JJ, and I do apologize, I cannot pronounce his last name, but JJ was doing his level best to try to reason with this delusional person, right? And once again, as you know, Angela Levin will Angela Levin, and she gave you the full Angie today. And somebody had to dress her down a bit. Let me play the little soundbite for you, and then we'll discuss it. Shall we? Okay. Uh-oh. All right, little technical error there. Okay, I think I'm ready now.
No, it sounds like you've got a vendetta against Meghan Markle. That's what it sounds like. You sound like Angela, with respect, you sound like a troll. You sound like a social media troll. Everything you can point out that's incorrect.
Very rude. You don't call someone a troll with respect. That's without respect.
No, it is with respect.
Let me talk about something else. Abigail Spencer, who is also a friend of Meghan's, she was given the 6th jar of jam, right? And we would see her lying on the grass, hugging it, with the dog close by. It was a very sort of set up thing. That's one when she's sitting up. You're sitting down. And I thought, how ridiculous. This is a jar of jam. Why were you all getting hysterical about a jar of jam?
Who's hysterical about it? It's PR. She's trying to sell something. This is called advertising.
I know what PR is.
Well, with respect, clearly you don't. You're saying it's so set up. It's a PR stunt.
You're here to fight me, so why don't you say goodbye?
I'm not here to fight you. I'm just laying out the truth to you.
You're very rude.
No, Angela, you don't want to be challenged. Really you won't be challenged and you won't be scrutinized. I'd like to know, when she's gone. You see, this is what happens. When you challenge people, when you go to them and you say to them, here's some facts, here's some truths, some people don't like it. And if people can't answer the truths, what do? They hang up.
So that was quite bizarre. And she accused of Abigail Spencer of becoming hysterical over a jar of jam. And what's so strange about that, she is the one who has become hysterical and, dare I say, unhinged. And yes, she is the one that speaks like a troll. And don't worry, I got some further evidence of Angela Levin trolling Harry and Meghan. She does it all the time. She's the troll. And of course, leave it to her to accuse other people of taking things out of context after she has done her best to misrepresent just about every situation that she speaks about. She does this all the time. And then she blames other people. I mean, this is what she's talking about. This is Abigail Spencer, good friend of Meghan, and you'll be forgiven for confusing her appearance for that of Meghan, especially with the sunglasses on. It's almost like, really? Yeah, that's her good friend Abigail. They both were on Suits together. And so Abigail Spencer and Meghan, they go back like cornrows. They've been friends for years. And so when she was gifted this lovely presented, or should I say, beautifully presented gift with the oranges and of course, what is that, baby's breath, and of course the big bowl that is in. I mean, this is just gorgeous, and I am sure that there are so many people out there that are gifting things in a very similar way as we speak. It is just absolutely wonderful. And even if you're not interested in strawberry jam, I'm sure that the presentation itself is enough to garner a good amount of respect from even the most hateful people. You just cannot come for her. And so there they are in that beautiful park like setting. I mean, that's not even a park like setting. That is an oasis. That is an oasis right there in Montecito, which of course we know in Montecito there are no leaks, but everything is just picture perfect. And it's like they lose their flipping minds every time they show the life that Megan lives. And so, yes, that palatial home, the home that Harry deserves, the home that Megan deserves because of their hard work, their generosity, their humanitarian approach to life. They deserve this. They have worked very hard for it. They have suffered a lot for it. And so none of that matters when you have someone who is trying to misrepresent a situation. She's not hysterical. She is merely doing what she probably does all the time when she goes to Megan's house, chill with all of the family, including the four-legged part of the family. She's chilling, right? She's laying in the grass. We have seen the Sussexes going barefoot who knows how many times. I've even seen Nacho. He was just down in Florida. He kicked his shoes off. Those are the kind of people that the Sussexes attract, not someone who's hysterical over a jar of jam. Although I'm sure. Wait a minute. Where is that at? Where is it? Just to further demonstrate. I mean, take a look here. Take a look here. This is, they're on the ground. They're sitting on the ground. This is what they do. They're just girlfriends hanging out. And yes, they're promoting something. Yes, there is a PR component to it. But the reason why it works is because they are sincere about each other. They're sincere about the things that they're promoting. Daniel Medical, thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. But they're sincere people and they're honest brokers. They're not here to try to deceive anyone. They are simply enjoying their lives and also promoting causes and even helping each other with their whatever they're selling or promoting or whatever they're backing. Yes, I have this and I'm going to help you with your. Who cares? It's what friends do. Leg says, "What is the point of anyone speaking on Harry and Meghan as if they are an expert? Why pay these people? They should just ask people on the street, like they do with the royal family, right? There are no leaks in Montecito. Cannot stress that enough. There are no leaks in Montecito. Let them live in peace." Here, here. Thank you so much, Legs. And thank you so much for the super chat. That's it, and that's all. Leave these people in peace. They're not asking for handouts. They are the Sussexes are given a helping hand. They're giving a hand up to other people. But they are creating generational wealth. Plus, Meghan, let's face it, Meghan has been a lifestyle guru, okay? She's been a travel guru. And she has promoted, I mean, just the other day, just the other day, I decided, I'm going to talk about a couple of things from Europe, right? I love to travel and I love visiting all of those famous places in Europe that I've seen ever since I was a kid. And I became increasingly passionate about what I was saying. So much so that I'm pretty sure a few of you all are like, let me go ahead and get this ticket. So if Megan is cooking and she loves to cook, if she's making and preparing food, which she loves to do, and she's feeding her friends and family, which she always has done, then of course, yes, that's a good excuse to go outside and roll around in the grass and play with Mama Mia or Bo or whoever that is. Then that's the reason for it. But leave it to the royal rodents to try to find angles where there aren't any. I mean, give it a rest. And take a look here. This is one of the reasons why she keeps getting things wrong. I keep telling you guys that she is a love child of the old cartoon character, Mr. Magoo. Mr. Magoo had poor eyesight too. Mr. Magoo found himself in all kind of trouble because of his poor eyesight. And if you ask me, at some point, it appears to me that Angela Levin may have been, created on some lonely, miserable night when there was absolutely nothing else to do. And now the world is stuck with her. But just like Mr. Magoo, she has poor eyesight. She has a lot of misunderstandings. She don't know what she's looking at. Either that or she's just plain evil. Chef Sandy Love says, we love you, Baron. Thank you for the 376 days. We might not be on that live always, but we do replay. Well, thank you so much, Chef Sandy Love, and thank you so much for being a member of Royal Sussex. All right. Thank you very much. All right. And if you take a look here. Why are Harry and Meghan being treated like heads of state in Germany? And why has the red carpet been rolled out? They are now ordinary citizens and only represent themselves, something Harry wanted so badly. Countries should behave accordingly. Darn it. Now, either they're in or they're out. If they're in, then talk about them. Comment on them. But if you're saying that they are ordinary citizens, right, then why are you still talking about them, royal expert, royal contributor, royal author? Why are you still talking about Harry and Meghan? This lady has been obsessed with them. Remember when she accused Harry and Meghan of taking cameras to meet the Queen? Remember that? I hope they check their pockets. They could have had cameras in their pocket, and maybe Archie had a camera in his juice box. I mean, because after all, Meghan, she's a Hollywood actress, and she's used to having her way. She always gets what she wants. Remember that? She sounded so delusional. I hope they check their pockets for cameras. Oh, if I was anywhere near Angela Levin, you know what I would do? I would try to, how once a year when the sun is in just the right position, do they call it the equinox? You know how the light shines like through a certain path or through Stonehenge or something like that. I have a feeling that once a year that Angela Levin is standing in just the right place, which could be anywhere, and you will see the sun setting on the other side of her head, straight through her ear, because there is nothing, and I do mean nothing in between. I am convinced that there is nothing obstructing the light from one side of her cranium to the next. There's nothing there. You could literally see the equinox through her ear. There is the lights on, nobody's home. There's nothing there. Her elevator is not making it to the top floor. This lady still sees things that are not there. And how about this one? Now, there was a parody account, right? You can see there it says parody. Parody. In his memoir, Spare, Prince Harry claims that the name of the midwife who helped Diana deliver him was Meghan. And then they even put the quote from Harry, and I remember distinctly Mummy calling out to Meghan right after she gave birth to me and thanking her. I think that's when I knew the name of my future soulmate. So Angela Delusional Levin, in his in his memoir, in Spare, Harry writes, and I remember distinctly Mummy calling out to Meghan right after she gave birth to me and thanking her. I think that when I knew the name of my future soulmate, words fail me. That's because he never said that, dingbat. He never said that. It's a parody account. She is actually tweeting against a parody account. Will someone phone the authorities and tell them someone has escaped? Someone has wandered away from the institution yet again. There's somewhere out there, there's an institution that helps people like her, and they cannot find her. If they want to find, you know what? The reason they can't find her is because who in their right mind would believe that someone like this could wander into a television studio or log on to their computer at home and somehow find themselves on television or on cable or on anything, on a podcast? Those things just shouldn't happen. There's something wrong with her. She's not well. She's just not well. And then there's this one. Oh, this is the same one. Actually, what I was angling for is at the top. It says, imagine just taking quotes from a parody account and tweeting them as fact. Words fail me. Okay? So I covered up the identity of that person, but they said the same thing. Well, if the words fail you, the words fail me. She's a troll, you guys. She is a paid troll. Hello, Lady Rose. Thank you so much for being here. Lady Rose says, Angela Levin feels so bad about her about her face and box-like shape. That's why she's so bitter. Lady Rose, did you say bitter? Did you just say bitter? Because I think that you're onto something. As a matter of fact, someone else said that.
Bitter. And, somebody needs to say it. Bitter. Bitter, bitter, bitter.
Yes, she is bitter, bitter, bitter. And someone else needs to say it too. Bitter. So that's exactly what she is. She is bitter. Now, Scobie has actually said a few things about Angela Levin over the years, like this one right here. It's been 24 hours since royal author Angela Levin's ugly tweet about the color of a woman's skin, and the media folk outlet who quote her, book her, serialize her, books remains silent. Right? Oh, serialize her books, that is, remain silent. Hardly a shy bunch either. Some unusually relish the chance to attack opinions they don't like. Well, this is in response to something very, I would say, kind of racist, if you ask me. Look how white Megan's skin color looks. Now, you all know that that is a quote from the Derangers. You all know that that is the language of a troll. So, Deranger, troll, Angela Levin, they all seem to run in the same circles, don't they? Didn't I tell you guys I had something in reference to being a troll? You all know that that is the language of the troll. That Megan is bleaching her skin. Megan is darkening her skin. Why won't Megan wear her natural hair? Megan is this and Megan is that. Megan has paid people to say this or do that. So if you ask me, there is no one that the Sussexes have not paid. Anybody who goes against their opinions are obviously paid by Megan. I know Megan is rich, but I didn't know she had that much money. I didn't know she had that much influence. That sounds like the domain of the other parts of the royal family. Miss Scobie again. Well, as you know, that very defiant troll that you see, she says, I spent 1.25 years with him, so I know him very well. Do you? Do you? Because from what Omid Scobie says, I'll share what Kensington Palace officials told me at the time. Through Newsweek, Angela Levin was given access to official engagements and chat with Harry for a 2017 cover. Then, without permission, she turned that material into a book. Harry was crushed and his team were furious. So when Omid Scobie got that information, he didn't get the information somewhere down the line. In real time, people working for Prince Harry and people working that, and of course, people that are in Kensington Palace, they let the truth out and said, this is what happened. She was supposed, and by the way, the conversation with Harry, if you are new to the Sussex Squad, that conversation, you know how they say Harry saw the king for 45 minutes, and then it was 30 minutes, and then it was 15 minutes. That last one, the 15 minutes, that's about how long Angela Levin spoke to Harry. She was given permission to observe him on several outings, and then there was a conversation at the end of this observation. And from that, she decided she knew enough about Harry. And of course, the tabloid media, even the television tabloid media, they try to convince people that she is the expert royal author on Prince Harry. The only thing that really took that away from her was when Spare came out. But other than that, they freely, booked her on different programs as a royal expert, as well as an expert on Prince Harry. Expert on Prince Harry. You know where she gets a lot of her information about Prince Harry? You know where she gets it from, right? That's where she gets it from. That's where she gets it from. Hello, hello. Is this the Daily Mail? Senior Royal here. Blast you, I said Senior Royal here. Aren't you interested in a scoop? Well, that's where she gets a lot of that information from. Because she was the official author of the Queen Camilla book. Camilla, the Queen Consort. She wrote a book about the Queen Consort. So I would say that she's had multiple conversations with the Queen Consort. There's your royal expert right there. You have to go through that what is that? That withered neck and that bad wig and those puffy eyes. You got to go through all of that to get to, well, gosh, I guess it doesn't really change. It doesn't. A withered neck, a oh, I haven't seen anything like this since I went to Petco. I was looking for a chew toy. I haven't seen anything like this since I went to the Petco. Kat Harlem says the only thing we need to say about Angela Latrine is Angela's mother was right about her. She called her an evil devil worker. Thank you so much, Kat Harlem. And you know where we get this from, you guys, in case you have not heard this before. But it is true. Angela Levin said that her mother said that she was evil. Not evil, but evil. And, you know, the other thing that oh, by the way, Kat Harlem, thank you so much for 20 months membership. The other thing that you should know is that Angela Levin, she believes that she has memories that date back to, what did she say? When she was 3 years old, she knew she wanted to run away from home or that she wanted to leave her mother. It was some weird, bizarre age in which most of us don't have any memory or recollection, but Angela Levin does. Yeah, Angela Levin does. She doesn't see what's in front of her face now, but she can remember everything from when she was a toddler, the terrible twos, whatever. But again, this is Abigail Spencer. This is the third photo, which some of you may not have seen, but this one was only on Abigail's Instagram. And so fortunately, she posted that one and we were able to see the other two, plus this last one where looks like Megan is saying, but wait a minute. And Abigail is having fits of laughter. So these are the kind of moments that we love for our Duchess, is when she is being loved and protected and appreciated by the real friends in her life. Again, all of this over some jam. It does not make sense that I can't say an entire nation, but people within the United Kingdom are becoming unhinged over some jam. Why? It's just a garnishment, a fruity, delicious spread. That's it. It's bespoke. Is presented very well. Why the insanity? I don't know. Thank you, Marshar. You took the words right out of my mouth. Evil old bat. Now, it's not the first time that somebody got her together. This is not the first time that Angela Levin has exposed herself as being, how do I put it? Exposed herself as being unhinged. Not the first time. Now, some of you all may remember this moment where, oh my God, what is her name? The peroxide, the Queen of Peroxide, whatever her name is. She confronted Angela Levin about, guess what? Meghan, her obsession with everything Meghan. So let me grab that for you.
Thought on whether you've just imagined it, whether you're projecting, whether you really know, whether you actually have experience, whether they're facts, whether it's conjecture. You know, you say what you think, but what are the thoughts based on is the question, isn't it?
My brother didn't attack me. If you want to attack me, you shouldn't invite me on.
I don't think I'm attacking you. I'm just asking you.
No, you're not just asking me. You've got an agenda there to attack me. And so I think
I certainly haven't. I've got no agenda at all. No agenda at all, but I certainly am aware that people feel that. For example, we were talking at the beginning of the programme about comments made about Meghan, weren't we? And it was being said that she had said that she wouldn't go on the war battle, that she would only go if she was followed by Netflix cameras, this kind of thing. And that was false. It was completely false. And I mean, it's been suggested that you were one of the people tweeting that, and apparently there's no factual evidence for that at all. I mean, if you're going to tell me that there is, that's fine. Is there?
Don't have to tell anything, and I don't really think I want to be invited on to this program and then to be treated in this manner. So
well,
I think
now I forget her name, but I definitely never forget that name or that face. That is Emily Send in the Clowns Andrews. Emily, who is a provocateur herself, she was actually egging on the other lady by saying she tweeted about it. See how her hand is up? She tweeted about it. And then, of course, she had that look on her face like, she loves to stir the pot. You guys have no idea. She loves to stir the pot. And she is very good and very adept at getting other people, other members of the so-called press. She's good at getting them in trouble. She never seems to take any heat, but she is very adept at getting other people in trouble. That's how Robert Jobson got in trouble with that whole thing about Archie in the balcony. Emily Andrews was egging him on. She is so good at that. And so there she is in the thick of it. I don't know what she has it in for Angela Levin for, but whatever it is, she got her. And then, of course, like anybody who is sneaky, she threw a rock and hit her hand. Yep, she threw the rock and then she hit her hand. That is Emily Send in the Clowns Andrews. Oh, as a matter of fact, you guys, I got it right here. I got it right here. I want to show you the look she had on her face after she pulled that little thing on Angela Levin. That's it. That's it right there. The witch Angela Levin got caught live on TV. It was so much fun to watch you liar. This was after she ratted her out. She literally put her hand up to her face. And I've had this photo ever since. This is not the first time I discussed this, obviously. But yeah, that's Emily Andrews. Yeah, she is not there to assist. She is there to come out on top and appear to be the voice of reason amongst the others after she has convinced you to to walk the plank or to humiliate yourself. But yeah, okay, so there we go. See what I mean? But where are the clowns? There ought to be clowns. You know, there's nothing that a good makeup class could not fix here. I think she's a reasonably attractive woman. She just needs to learn to tone down the makeup. She wears her makeup like she took a makeup class at P.T. Barnum's circus at the what was it called? Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus. That seems to be the school of makeup, of cosmetology. Note to self: never take a makeup class at the circus. I mean, honestly, you guys, I don't want to be mean, but would you look at the face on that nose? Look at the face on that nose. Rick, thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Happy Monday to you. There ought to be clowns. Well, maybe she's here. I tell you, shady to the end. No, you have an agenda. You have an agenda. Let's listen to that one more time. You know, I love that one so much. Let's listen to it again.
Base your thoughts on, whether you've just imagined it, whether you're projecting, whether you really know, whether you actually have experience, whether they're facts, whether it's conjecture. You know, you say what you think, but what are the thoughts based on is the question, isn't it?
I'd rather you didn't attack me. If you want to attack me, you shouldn't invite me on.
I don't think I'm attacking you. I'm just asking you.
No, you're not just asking me. You've got an agenda there to attack me, and so I think
I certainly haven't. I've got no agenda at all. I'm no agenda at all. But I certainly am aware that people feel that. For example, we were talking at the beginning of the program about comments made about Meghan, weren't we? And it was being said that she had said that she wouldn't go on the war battle, that she would only go if she was followed by Netflix cameras, this kind of thing. And that was false. It was completely false. And it's been suggested that you were one of the people tweeting that, and apparently there's no factual evidence for that at all. I mean, if you're going to tell me that there is, that's fine.
I don't have to tell anything, and I don't really think I want to be invited on to this program and then to be treated in this manner. So
well, I think base your thoughts on, whether you've just imagined it, whether you're projecting, whether you really know, whether you actually have experience.
So, Emily Andrews said she tweeted about it. So just in case you haven't sorted out what it was about, she implied that the only way that Meghan would go to the Queen's funeral was if there were Netflix cameras there. Now, that's beyond delusional. That's just a flat out lie. But these are the things that appeal to her base. Her constituents love conspiracies. They love these super negative comments and statements and such. They thrive off of that. And so she's not the only one, by the way, you guys. She's not the only one. The reason why we refer to one of the other royal reporters as Maureen is for that very same reason, because there seems to be this relationship between the trolls and the so-called royal reporters. And that relationship means that there is a burner account. And then there, of course, is their primary account, allegedly. And they use the burner account so that they can have access to the trolls. Now, I have a theory. I don't know this to be true by any facts that I can point to, but Harry and Meghan tried to hitch a ride back to the U.S. on Air Force One. That comes from a troll. And that was made a news article that was in all of the tabloids. Of course, it was not true. Harry and Meghan found themselves stuck in the UK for what, 2 weeks? They were only supposed to be away from California for a few days. And next thing you know, they're there for what, 20 days, 2 weeks? Because the Queen died while they were in the United Kingdom. So does it make sense that Harry and Meghan leaves the last ceremony at the St. George Chapel and they're appealing to the President of the United States for a ride? Well, actually, it was the First Lady, for a ride back to the United States via the Air Force One. Or, I'm sorry, yeah. Or Biden did go to the funeral. He did go to the funeral. I'm sorry. Or would it make sense for them just to take one of these several commercial flights that leaves Heathrow every day bound for Los Angeles so that they can hurry up and get home to their kids? Because Air Force One would land at a military airbase. So that means they would have to get to Washington, D.C. and transfer to a commercial jet at another airport, which could take hours if you're trying to get home to be with your children. That's why that never made sense. And this is why I believe that was created by a troll and then reported by the tabloids as though it was fact. Of course, the White House did not say anything. Harry and Meghan did not dignify it, so they were stuck with that. Unfortunately, you just can't respond to everything. Now, I got another one for you. You guys, trigger alert. I think that's Robert Hardiman or whatever. That's the guy who claimed that the Queen was upset because all she has is her name and they've taken that. This guy must be on a tour to redeem his reputation, because what he did was to make the Queen appear to be petty and selfish and immature. He wrote a book about Charles. I think the book was about Charles. You know what? If I can't remember who the book was about, I should be forgiven, seeing that every book about other things inevitably is about Harry and Meghan. Okay, so whatever the book was about, whether it was the Queen or Charles or whoever it was, it still always comes back to Harry and Meghan, right? So let me get this one going for you.
Turning out to see them, which was great. It was reflecting, modern Britain, and I mean, all of that's been squandered, which is a great shame.
Did you have much interaction with Harry over the years?
Well, no. The quick answer is no. We did get to meet him, and it was great to meet him on certain occasions. I interviewed him 3 times, I think, on various issues. Invictus is 10. I mean, I can't believe Invictus is 10 years ago. 20. He was seriously worried he would never find someone who would put up with all of that. But I think people were delighted. As I say, 95% of the coverage. I mean, there are a couple of weird headlines, but not this sort of hatchet job that they sometimes make it out to be. And my memory of the media up to, including the wedding, after the wedding, was very positive, very supportive, covering events. Her first walkabouts in the winter of 2018 before the wedding. You could see the demographic change in the people who turned out to see Harry and Meghan. There was a clear transformation there in the people turning out to see them, which was great. It was reflecting, modern Britain, and I mean, all of that's been squandered.
So once again, and I just mentioned this last night, they are trying to rewrite the history. They want to downplay any racial tropes, any negative headlines. Meghan couldn't do anything right. She still is unable to do anything right. There are so many articles where you can compare a nearly identical headline, but the article that follows is usually negative if it's about the Duchess of Sussex, and if it was about the Duchess of Cambridge, then it was mostly positive. And he knows this. But once again, he's doing this little dance where you downplay these things. And also, is it ever acceptable for yet another white privileged man to downplay the experience of a woman of color? Is that okay? How is that okay? Why does that make sense to people? The only way it makes sense is that you have one white man speaking to another white man about a woman of African descent who also happens to be an American. That's the only way it makes sense, is that you can have them speak to each other. And of course, the hope is that some ancient monarchist or some Brexiteer will pick up on this conversation and agree with everything they say. So you have a few positive articles, because on that day of the wedding, that's what people demanded. They wanted the fantasy. They wanted all of that for the wedding. But it wasn't long after the wedding, and it wasn't too long before the wedding when it was all negative all the time. And they know that, but they pretend otherwise. I don't know how many times I've heard someone say, oh, but on the wedding day, everything was so positive. That was the wedding day. I just mentioned last night about Jeremy Clarkson. Now, when there was talk about Kate Middleton having plastic surgery, they spoke out against that. With the article about the Catherine the Great, they pushed back against that. But you have someone threaten a family member whom they all have, the whole military industrial complex has sworn allegiance. Anyone who takes an oath in front of the king, they swear allegiance to the royal family. And yet, no one within that institution thought it necessary to defend Meghan. Even if you don't like her, you push back, you say something. And still, the relationship between the tabloids and, of course, the royal family are at an all-time high. The relationship between Camilla and the likes of a Piers Morgan and a Jeremy Clarkson, who wrote that article after spending the evening with Camilla, is still very strong. So this revisionist history lesson that we're getting is not going to play, because we have too many receipts that says otherwise. We have too many receipts. Now, Kate Middleton's brother in a feud with neighbor over posters attacking royal family. Are they attacking the royal family, or are they attacking the Middletons? Because I think it's more directed toward the Middletons. He told the future queen's brother that things are gonna get brutal. For the Middleton family, it's already brutal. They're broke. They can't afford to pay the obligations they have with their company that has been shuttered at this point. And of course, the king of marshmallows is now the king of dog food. So I would say if James Middleton wants to smooth things over, why don't you just do the same thing that you did with Richard Eden? Give him some dog food. Give him some of those kibbles and bits or whatever you got there. Yeah, just comp him a couple of bags of doggy treats, and he'll be okay. That'll be the end of the feud. Either that or give him some marshmallows. I'm sure you got plenty left. Lord knows they weren't selling. You see there, James Middleton once dreamed of becoming the next Richard Branson, but then Kate's brother turned to the good life and breeding spaniels to find peace in the countryside with his pregnant wife. Oh, dear God, he's reproducing? Oh, God. Anyway, the Marshmallow King, he, of course, had this bright idea to sell marshmallows that were embossed with some message of your choice. Like the time that he had created some marshmallows that had the Nazi symbol on it. That was weird. But yeah, that is the Marshmallow King, you guys. Now, I promised you guys I wasn't going to be on more than an hour, so I'm almost done. But I wanted to share a little blast from the past. There's John Travolta, and next thing you know, Lawrence Hilton Jacobs walks up and puts his arm on his shoulder. Well, first, I believe that was John Travolta's wife, that he exchanged a little peck on the cheeks with. And then while John Travolta was in the middle of this interview talking, he put his arm around his shoulder, and then he turns around and he's like, "Hey, look at you." It was a welcome back Carter reunion on the whatever red carpet when Lawrence Hilton Jacobs surprised John Travolta. So if you guys remember the show Welcome Back Kotter, that is one of the actors from the show, but he's also famous for his role in oh, by the way, there's the cast of Welcome Back Kotter. And I have to say, Lawrence Hilton Jacobs still looks pretty good. He still looks pretty good. John Travolta too. Money and success looks good on them. Money and success. Welcome back. The things that you laughed about, where the games have remained and turned around. Who'd have thought they need you? Who'd have thought they need right here where we need you? Well, it means a lot, but you got 'em on the spot. Welcome back. You know, I forgot the words. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Big finish. Welcome back, welcome back. Yeah, that was a good show. Yep, that was a good show. Love that show. Well, we tease them a lot, but we got them on the. Oh, you guys, please don't cheat. Do you guys remember the famous meal that Mr. Kata, who was a school teacher, do you guys remember that famous meal that his wife made all the time? Anybody? Please don't cheat. Anybody remember that famous meal that his wife made? Anybody? I'll give you a second. Come on, it's right there at the tip of your tongue. I don't even have to check because I remember. Anybody? Anybody remember that famous dish that she made all the time? Yes, Kim Peaches. There are no prizes, but it was her Julie's, I think that was her name, Julie's famous tuna casserole. It seemed like every other show. It seemed like every other show she was making the tuna casserole again. According to some new findings, Kate Middleton has some interesting roots that trace back to a farm laborer who was sent to Australia after he was caught stealing some sheep after being found guilty. Really? Isn't that something? Although I'm not surprised, just like I'm pretty sure that if you go to Buckleberry and you start opening up some of those little crawl spaces and such, you'll find that there's probably 1 million of those little cocktail bottles of liquor that her mother saved from her, what was it, air hostess days. I'm pretty sure that there's a ton of those little cocktail bottles all over that Buckleberry mansion. Yeah, so whoever buys that mansion once they get evicted for lack of payment, I tell you, make sure you look through the floorboards, lift up the floorboards, check the crawl spaces, look in the attic, because I am convinced that there is the mother lode of cocktail bottles, little bottles of gin and little bottles of red wine and Merlot, Chardonnay, what is it? Chardonnay. There we go. Chardonnay. I was about to say Chardonnay. But thank you so much, Lady Rose. And of course, the very famous Coolie High. That was one of those coming of age movies, Coolie High. Of course, the guy there who eventually married Aretha Franklin. See the one with the glasses? That's the one that was married to Aretha, right? He was a writer. He wanted to write for a living, And but he had to get out of high school first. He had to get out of Cooley High. And anyway, the whole story was very good. So if you have a chance, check out Cooley High. You may be able to find it streaming for free on the YouTube. And of course, yesterday we discussed this. The statue of Queen Elizabeth II, which was unveiled for her 98th birthday. But oddly enough, there were no members of the royal family present at the unveiling of that statue. None. Here you can see some of the details of it, just in case it was difficult to see. Nice black backdrop, and you can see the corgis at the base, which I think is very cool. The pedestal is offset. You could actually sit on the pedestal. It's just high enough to sit on. And the corgis are taking up some space, so you could actually pose with the corgis. So you got your corgis here. And then if you look at the queen's skirt, there is a corgi peeking from right there, not really beneath her skirt, but kind of sitting his little corgi butt on her shoe. But yeah, it's a very cool statue. I think it's beautiful. And I think it sets just the right tone. The only thing that was missing was the members of the royal family. Not a one, not a single solitary member of the royal family was present for the unveiling of the statue. Pause to remember. Oh, yeah, that's a little wordplay. Pause to remember. Yeah, I get you. So anyway, thank you so much, Mod Squad, for keeping this a safe space. And thank you so much to everyone who has a membership, everyone who was kind and generous enough to make a contribution to Royal Sussex. Thank you, Rick, for the super sticker. Cat Harlem for 20 months. Chef Sandy Love for keeping up with Royal Sussex, even if you can't catch the lives. Legs for the incredible insight. And also, again, thank you so much for being here with us, Daniel Medical, for starting us off with the 10-pound super chat. And with that, you guys, I'm not going to do the long, drawn-out goodbye. I'm just going to, because I may come back on later, but I think I'm going to cut the ending of it so it's not dragging on like I do so many times. Because the next thing you know, I end up having this long conversation about Europe or something of that nature. And yeah, I don't want to do that. So we're going to change some things with Royal Sussex soon, very soon. It's been almost 3 years since Royal Sussex was monetized. In 2020, that is when I started the channel. I made 5 videos and then I didn't make another video for a year. But by May, I think it was May the 17th of 2021, which I referred to as the Royal Sussex anniversary, that is when I committed myself to do something every day. They say if you want your channel to be successful, you have to be consistent. And there are a few of you who could definitely bear witness to the consistency. And it has paid off because now the channel has some 55,000 subscribers. And of course, at one time, it was the fastest growing Sussex friendly channel, which you all should be very proud of because that is definitely because of you all. And anyway, it's been an adventure. It's definitely not what I was expecting to do at this point in my life. But believe me, as much as I've tried to help the Sussexes by being supportive to them, they have helped me so much more by this amazing opportunity to do something that is fun, informative. I learned so much. I have had to call upon skills I didn't know I had. So it's been an ongoing adventure. And for all of the content creators, Thank you so much for frequenting these Sussex-friendly spaces. And also thank you for your unwavering support for our faves. Okay? All right. So that sounds like an ending to me. So I am going to close it out. And let's end with, I'm thinking Once Upon a Time. Yeah, I'm in the mood for Once Upon a Time. Okay, love you guys, and perhaps I'll see you later if anything comes up. If not, I'll see you tomorrow.